Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Maggie and Ferocious Mondays. Today, we will be reviewing our last segment of the third episode of Maggie and the Ferocious Beast, Season 1, Episode 3C, The Big Carrot. In this episode, Maggie, the Ferocious Beast, and Hamilton discover Nedley the rabbit struggling to dig up a giant carrot. Though Nedley initially refuses help, he eventually accepts, and the friends work together to extract the enormous carrot, only to find it taste terrible. Now, this episode, I really do like it. If you guys don't know, um, Nedley is one of my favorite characters from the show, along with Rudy. But it's gonna be a little while until we get introduced to Rudy. But I love Nedley. Him just speaking in rhyme, he gives off very Dr. Seuss vibes to me. I don't know why. That's what he gives. He gives off very Dr. Seuss. Cat in the Hat sort of vibes. And yeah, I just love Nedley. Or is it because I love cartoon rabbits? I don't know. But yeah, I love Nedley. I will be a Nedley stan through and through. But before we get to the episode itself, I want to mention something that kind of, looking back on it, it kind of made me a bit kind of made me give the episode a bit of a side eye, and not in like a really good way, is that I felt like the Beast kind of got a little bit, not really disrespected, but like he kind of got a little bit foreshadowed in this episode. Like, for instance, like when they're in the beginning, when they were trying to see the birds, they he wanted to see, but they didn't let him see. And then and then out of all people, Maggie just says, let's get going. Like, she just brushes off that he wanted to see the birds as well. And I don't really like that. I don't like that. And I mean, Maggie does let him see through the binoculars when they're seeing Nedley dig up the carrot. And then came Hamilton. His part I really didn't like, because when he was feeding them Nedley, and I quote, cucumber sandwiches and lettuce tea, I don't know if that's an actual thing. I don't know. I never in my life heard of anybody drinking lettuce tea. I haven't, but I mean, maybe it's a thing somewhere. Maybe it is a thing somewhere. If it is a thing, if it is a thing somewhere, I will pop it up on the screen while editing this. But I myself have never heard of lettuce tea until this episode. So yeah. And then, well, when he wanted a bite, when he like really wanted a bite of Nedley's sandwiches, even, and I quote, when Nedley offered it to him, Hamilton gives him that a look of like he's trying to say like, no, you cannot, you better not ask for any that you better not ask for anything. Like, he gave him that look. I know that look anywhere. I do. That's basically saying that your friend can't have anything that you made, and that's not a good lesson. Like, that's not a good lesson. If kids have made something, then you should show them that it's okay for not just a particular person to have something that you made. It should be appropriate for everybody to have them. And then Hamilton, when Beast was about to take a bite, Hamilton stops him, and then he just pushes him along with him to go and take the carrot out of the ground. And I don't like that. So the first half, I felt like Beast kind of got a bit disrespected, and towards the end a little bit, where he was trying to see the birds that moved into the giant carrot, and nobody answered his question. And yeah, but that's just a nitpick of this episode. That's my only problem. I was gonna say nitpick, but it's a bit more of a problem here. So yeah, but onto the episode itself. I really like it. I do. And then when Nedley's digging up the carrot, he's speaking in rhymes, saying that he wants to go away by the time he counts to 10. And then and then he actually fainted because he was spending so much time digging up that carrot. And then when he was about to faint, Maggie, Beast, and Hamilton started speaking in rhymes as well. And it was really, really funny. And then And then I don't think this is a really good thing to show, but when he had fainted, first Hamilton had dragged him, then Beast had picked him up by his teeth. Now he did this. He does this. He does this. He does that type of thing where he picks things up with his teeth. When it comes to the group, mainly with Hamilton, when he picks him up, the two instances I can think of him doing that with Hamilton is in I believe Hide and Go Beast and the buffalo-headed booby. That's the only two instances I can think of that happens. But yeah, what I mean is that I sound really hypocritical here in this review, but I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna show kids how to handle somebody who passed out, it's probably best not to show them being dragged nor getting picked up by the clothing. If anything, they should have put him on Beast's back because it's common for anybody to be on Beast's back. It is, at least in this world, but still. But yeah. And then that moment where they pull the carrot out of the ground, by the angle it was shown at, I really thought when I was younger, I really thought they got crushed under the carrot. I really thought that the carrot fell on them because of the camera angle it was at. But that was like when the camera had like moved over when the carrot had fell. I really thought they gotten crushed. Like I was so scared. And then Nelly was all happy that they had been able to pull the carrot out of the thing. And then and then he literally like pulls silverware and a napkin out of his pockets. Like, I mean, you're not living cartoon logic life until you pull out a whole silverware kit and a napkin out of your pocket. That's what I always say. But yeah. And then when he finally tasted it, he said it tastes like wood. So when I was younger, I felt like it was like a waste of time going through all that trouble, but the end really saved it for me, you know? It was they turned it to something useful. They turned they turned something they couldn't use anymore into something useful. I kind of got a bit of Pack Up Your Troubles vibes, which is ironic because Pack Up Your Troubles was in these batches of episodes. But yeah, I got those type of vibes, how everything worked out in the end. And even Nedley said it himself that after digging up the carrot, he met some new friends. And his little quote, his little quote about Nedley's carrot being for the birds, that was really cute too. That was really, really cute. So overall, this episode was pretty good. Got introduced to one of my favorite characters. One of the characters in the group and in the main group trio, in my opinion, got a little bit of disrespect that kind of got brushed off, but the ending was really, really sweet, especially with all the birds. If you guys don't know, I love it when they show birds in this world. So yeah, I for one love this episode. It was so good. And for that, I'm gonna give it an 8. Yeah, an 8 is a very decent one. So out of all these batches of episodes, I'm gonna have to go with if I'm ranking all these episodes, I'm gonna have to go with at number 3, the big carrot. Not that it was a bad episode, it was good, but the other two kind of sounded a little bit more in my opinion. The second one, Rub-a-Dub-Dub, mainly because of the memories it had on me as a kid. And number 1, Pack Up Your Troubles, because I felt like that episode was really, really, really relatable, and I just love it. It's a really relatable episode that you can always go on to whenever you're having a bad day. So yeah. Overall, this was a good episode, and I for one liked it. I really did. And I do. So I should probably say this. To end this review. Right here, right now. I will see you all next time. not for a party or feast, but our next episode, Season 1, Episode 4A, Out of Water Beast. See you next time, my friends. Until we meet again. Great googly moogly.